Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty serious show for you guys. We want you guys to stick around for it, so please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, just yesterday, I was kind of combing through the internet, and a video was recommended to me by Joe Rogan, right? And in that video, it was a segment of Joe Rogan talking about the Kyrie Irving situation that I watched. And then I went to bed and I was like, okay, that's fine. Now, this morning during our pre-production meeting, when we're talking, and Marco asked me, he goes, Marco's a co-founder of Dreamerspro. He goes, so did you hear about what Joe Rogan had to say about the Kyrie Irving situation? I said, yeah, I did. And he was like, do you think that this would be possibly an interesting topic that our audience would be, possibly interested in hearing about this today? And I was like, possibly so. So I went back and watched what he had to say, and I decided, okay, this could be pretty interesting. Now, for those of you who don't know, number of shows ago, I said that this Kyrie Irving situation was unlike anything I've seen in a very long time in the NBA. And in some cases is a bit unprecedented. I've never seen this much attention around a player for something like this. And at the time I said that, so many media outlets, international media outlets, were picking up on this. You had CNN and others talking about it. And now you have Joe Rogan, the #1 podcaster in the entire universe, talking about it yesterday. So for those of you who don't know what Joe Rogan had to say about this Kyrie Irving situation, what we want to do is we want to play his comments for you now, and then we're going to come back and react to what he had to say. So take a listen to what Joe Rogan had to say here, and then we'll come back and react to it. Take a listen to that.
Explain. Kyrie posted a link in his story to a video, and this is why he's getting in trouble. But isn't that video for sale on Amazon?
Yeah, no, somebody said that. It's an excellent point.
That's the craziest thing ever.
It's an excellent
Kyrie
point.
is getting in trouble, and Amazon's not?
Yeah.
Like, what? You want all this from
what's
him
funny
because
is,
he watched a video and he sent a link to it that you're selling.
Yeah. 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 It's
that's fucking wild.
This speaks to the thing we were talking about earlier, which is it used to be
Amazon considers disclaimer to anti-Semitic film.
Oh, good for them.
Nice.
Consider it.
That Irving shared online. The company said it was working with the Anti-Defamation League to potentially add language to the page that viewers see before buying or renting the film. Meanwhile, the film is still for sale. They want him to give up $500,000. They want him to make a public apology. They want him to talk to different leaders.
Yep.
What he did is post a link.
Yeah.
Right. What did he say? Did he say this video is amazing? And I agree 100% with everything it says?
I think he wasn't like hate sharing it.
Even if he did like go and watch that video and say, I like that video, the video's for sale on Amazon.
I agree. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That no one has an issue with that.
Yeah. Well, that's where you're into expectations of Jeff Bezos. I mean, I was doing a joke about it. It's like, I'd way rather be Jeff Bezos than Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift gets a lot of celebs getting dinged for flying private.
Yeah.
They're for the environment except for private jets. And Jeff Bezos could wear a fur jumpsuit with a bald eagle around it. Like, and no one has any expectations. And the other thing is, Jeff Bezos goes, do you want the moisturizer in 40 minutes or not? It's like, there's no standard expectation for him. There is for Kyrie because he has all these corporate partnerships in the NBA.
But it's not that. It's that he's an influential individual and he's a basketball player and he's a huge star. Mm-hmm. Jeff Bezos is just a guy who owns a company, but the company is not him. The company has this video for sale.
But Jeff Bezos and Amazon would kill themselves if they only had Kyrie's influence.
Of course.
I mean, what Kyrie has is relative to Amazon.
No one's defending this.
Yeah.
No one's defending this on either side. But what I am saying is it's pretty wild that video is for sale and he's in trouble.
Totally agree.
Now, essentially what I think Joe Rogan is talking about is one word. And that word is accountability, right? He's talking about accountability on all fronts. This particular matter has exclusively been a Kyrie Irving issue. And while this thing has been playing out in the public forum, some people have asked the question, why isn't Amazon getting enough information? And to the people that want to make an example out of Kyrie Irving, they don't want to hear that. They want the focus to remain solely on Kyrie Irving, right? That's where they want the focus to be. This morning, as a matter of fact, I was watching a segment from Max Kellerman, Keyshawn, and Jay Will, and they just touched on the possibility of Kyrie Irving returning back to the court this Sunday. And Max Kellerman essentially said, because Jay Williams was clapping, and Max says, let's not make Kyrie Irving out to be a sympathy figure here, right? Let's not make it about him. And I think that people like this want the issue to still remain on Kyrie. They don't want to address all the other aspects. Now, they're aware of it, absolutely, but it doesn't really fit how they feel about it. And I think that's the point that Joe Rogan was making there, which goes back to my original point that I've been mentioning in all of these shows. Why don't we keep the same energy all the time? What it seems like to me is that Kyrie Irving is a convenient target. It's easy to go after him. I said this before, and some people don't want to deal with that reality. Brothers are an easy target. People want to act like as if I'm making something up here. And let me just quickly say this. For the people that feel like, oh, you're making this political, listen to me. Before I talk about sports, I am who I am first. I'm a black person first. That comes first. My humanity comes before entertainment. And if that bothers you, then you have a problem. Because if something was happening to someone that looked like you or from your origin, and you didn't want to talk about it or address it, instead you just wanted to close your eyes and, hey, let's get back to work, something is wrong with you. You need to work on your backbone a little bit. So I'm going to talk about it. And people may be uncomfortable with it, but that's your business here. Because as I said, this issue is massive. And when you see personalities like Joe Rogan step into the forefront and saying, hey, wait a minute, things seem incongruent here. And nobody wants to deal with that. And I think he makes a fantastic point. Now, are people going to heed the words that he was saying in terms of why don't we look at? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the people that were pro Kyrie being punished, because that's what I'm calling it now. This is punishment. They won't address that point. That's one of the reasons I was actually baffled at what Charles Barkley went on CNN to talk about. First of all, why did Charles Barkley go on CNN? Number one. But after the fact that he went there, the things that he was saying, I thought was incredibly ridiculous. Like I'm like, Charles, what are you doing exactly right now? What is your message? You've already given your position on Kyrie on your platform, on NBA on TNT. So what's this new thing that you're saying, right? People like this, you can't take them seriously because they're not really willing to talk about this thing in a robust fashion. They just want to put the blame on Kyrie Irving. And you can't take people like Charles Barkley serious. Do you know why? Because people can call it a Freudian slip. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. But I remember when Charles was originally making his statements about Kyrie Irving when he called him an idiot. And he said, Adam Silver's, if I'm Adam Silver's, I can't be giving you all this money. If I'm Adam Silver's, I can't be giving you all this money. And nobody sat there and asked the question, wait a minute. Adam Silver's is not giving Kyrie Irving money. Adam Silver's is the commissioner of the NBA. He works for the owners. He's the go-between the owners and the players. Kyrie earns his money through the job he performs for the Brooklyn Nets. But that statement that he repeated twice spoke to his mentality. So you're already done with him. We're done with him, right? I'm not interested about what he's talking about. But I think Joe Rogan brings up a very important point. And the people that have been very critical about Kyrie, you need to address that as well. You need to. Because now you're trying to kill the messenger, so to speak, but you don't want to deal with the source because it's not convenient. It's not convenient. So I think Joe Rogan makes an excellent point. And if you disagree with him, say why and give us an actual reason to why you believe that. These are my thoughts and opinions on this. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what he had to say? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show.